Hi there, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. We're going to get you some clarity. We're going to start with the tea leaf again, get some general messages that would be helpful. This is a timeless collective reading. See what feels like it resonates, and always follow that direct connection you have to your higher self, to God, to source, to the universe, because the answer is always in you, and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's dive in. Let's see what God, source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. So you have a sunrise coming through first. So there's a brand new beginning. Maybe this is a fresh start. It could be a new career, a new project that you're launching or working on or getting excited about starting, beginning. It could also be a brand new partnership coming in, or a fresh start in a partnership that was already in your life. I feel like there's definitely a fresh energy, a new beginning, a new vibrancy to something. It could also be, it says a new venture, but I get an adventure in U-land. So it's also where some of you are getting some new creative ideas. You're thinking outside the box. You're putting your own little personal flair on something, and that's why something is going to, I feel like somebody's going to be gifted your fresh approach. That was kind of an interesting little twist. So maybe you have a way of seeing something that everybody's looking at the same sunrise, but you're looking at colors they didn't notice. You notice like the birds in the sky. You're seeing something different on the same platform or the same view that everyone else has, but you're noticing something special. And I feel like it is something important. I'm kind of getting that, I hear stand out, and I heard clue. I don't know what that is. Maybe you've been given clues on how to do something different. Maybe it's really like opening up that solar plexus chakra, and that I hear ambition now. Ambition, but true confidence in expressing your own uniqueness. I also feel like somebody is recognizing that your unique approach or unique energy or unique creativity or way of seeing something is, I hear, valuable and special. So let's see, clarity on sunrise. Oh, you have a beetle. This is good luck and good fortune. Maybe you're, I just heard hitting the jackpot, or maybe somebody feels like meeting you, they hit the jackpot. There's also something where the beetle, I always think of Egyptian, like Egyptian symbolism, and how the beetle kind of represents the brain. So maybe somebody's having an open mind, or if it's creativity here, that means somebody's probably firing up both hemispheres of the brain. So it's thinking logically, but also thinking with that creative approach, a little bit outside the box. There's something about the balance here. There's also something about you stepping into your fortune, and I also feel like that is beyond prosperity. It feels more valuable than that. So maybe it's a valuable experience. I'm also getting that you have a lot of luck coming in. And I feel like I keep hearing symbol. Maybe there's something that's a certain symbol that's your lucky symbol, or a sign. Like a totem kind of energy. Maybe you connect to a certain animal or bug, or you like bugs. I just thought of those pieces of amber that they have. Actually, with those two together, I just thought of that song, Amber. Oh, amber is the color of our energy. Oh, that one. But you know those pieces of amber, and they have like bugs and weird stuff in that? Maybe you have a piece like that. Or maybe there's something that was like petrified that's starting to melt. Let's see. I don't know why I just thought of petrified wood. Wow, what's going on with you guys today? You got a sunrise, a rainbow. Maybe it's the rainbow that comes after the storm. This makes me think of all of the chakras kind of fired up. Maybe it's beyond the solar plexus here, and it's everything. I also got a little tongue-tied, so maybe it has to do with opening up a certain chakra that was maybe closed off. Maybe that has to do with speaking up, expression. It says the most difficult part of the situation is over. That's really good. So if there was something really difficult, really stressful, it was kind of a stormy situation, then the storm is about to blow over. I feel like I'm getting like the Wheel of Fortune that was kind of stuck underneath. And when I think of the upside down Wheel of Fortune, I feel like there's always that energy that you know something's always going to change. The only thing consistency is that things are inconsistent, that everything is going to change. But I feel like that wheel got stuck a little too long in the mud. Maybe somebody was digging their boots in the mud, or was in a muddy situation. Something had to be like cleaned up. I feel like if there was a muddy situation where something was unclear or kind of heavy, there's a bird like trying to get into my window. Maybe somebody's gonna knock on your window, where it's about a window of opportunity instead of an open door. But I feel like that rain came to actually cleanse a situation. Maybe it's about transparency. If there was somebody that you felt like you couldn't quite be transparent with before, I do feel like you're going to get a conversation. I also feel like there's somebody who feels like, I actually hear safe to open up to you, but maybe not to others. Let's see, let's get another one. Clarity on beetle, sunrise, and rainbow. What is another message that would be helpful? Woo! There's so many cards to hold here. One more message from the tea leaf, please and thank you. Wow, whatever is happening with you, this is amazing energy. Just know if there's a storm that's blowing now, something's gonna change pretty fast. You're gonna reach your dream. You're gonna be in this energy of the star. Maybe somebody actually sees you as a star, or sees potential in you. I actually feel like somebody feels like you're their lucky charm, or there's something about being around your energy in particular that feels like it brings blessings in their life. But maybe that's how you feel about somebody else. Maybe somebody's even inspiring you to change your approach to something that's taking you towards a more successful outcome. But I feel like this is more a journey and not just the outcome. With the star energy, it's telling you, here, let me go over this again so you can see it. Not only is it good fortune, and anything that was difficult, maybe that was to bring you strength, maybe it was to gain new perspective, maybe it was a difficult situation to get out of a karmic cycle so you don't have to go through a difficult situation like that again. And it could also be that something you went through, you got back up, you got stronger. Anything you went through could have been what brought realization to something that was blocked, and it's no longer going to be blocked. You have new creative ideas, maybe some epiphanies coming through, new ventures on the horizon, a fresh start, and guaranteed success. And I kind of feel like this is not just one successful outcome. It feels like it's in succession. I just thought something is in session, but maybe it's more of a, I hear a reopening, but I see something like continuing on, almost snowballing forward, getting bigger and bigger as you go. I also feel like I see that as like a mud ball in the beginning. Isn't that something that like beetles, isn't it like dung? Like some of those beetles, don't they like push the dung balls? I feel like we're gonna go out of there. Maybe it was a shitty situation that happened, you're pushing away somebody else's. But I feel like if you were like pushing mud, it's changed form. So my phone totally ran out of room again. Deleted some of those videos and emptied out the trash, and we're gonna continue on. I think I was talking about the done and then the mud, but the mud is making me think of clay. So you know how something can be malleable, moldable. So maybe you're molding something different. Maybe something is ready to solidify, but I also feel like there's something that you can build. So I see almost like clay bricks, right? So you can build upon something. So maybe it's about laying the solid foundation or building something step by step, or something's about to really grow strong. Yeah, let's see what's going on. I like all these energies today. Let's go to something different though. Let's go to the crystal angels. Let's get you one message from here. Clarity on beetle, rainbow, sunrise, and star. Star also represents healing, wishes, dreams that were out of reach and so far away, now becoming tangible and closer and ready to touch and grasp and experience. Also, the star in the tarot comes after the tower, which is probably a good example of a difficult situation. So it's rebuilding different after something fell or was taken out of your life or presented into your life. The tower isn't always a bad thing. Ooh, you have 3. What came through? A garnet, watermelon, tourmaline, and calcite. Okay, all of these. So you definitely have purification coming through. You have something that is ready to be detoxified out of your life. I did see a shitty situation or experience or whatever it is. Maybe this starts with detoxing some toxic energies, maybe within your own body, habits that you have, people in your life, places that are unhealthy, whatever it is. Whether this is any kind of environment or thing in your life, it's something you know is draining you. You know it's toxic. You know it's not healthy anymore. And it's you taking that realization kind of energy and making a change. Maybe it's a big change, maybe it's a small one, but it's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. You're like, bye-bye, toxin, we're gonna do this a different way. You are welcoming in healthier energies, healthier partnerships, healthier habits into your world. And sometimes that takes some adjusting. Sometimes it's a big epiphany and you just have to do it cold turkey. It also feels like I do see that pulling the plug. If there's something you just know, gotta reboot, pull the plug, that's not working. You know, even if it's saying goodbye, I feel like you get to say hello to something better. Maybe for some of you it is replacing something with something healthier. That could even be like a food. You know, if you are, I see like a substance, if it's any kind of substance that was maybe a substitute for maybe not wanting to feel anything. I'm getting mostly emotional, but this does say stress. Then I feel like maybe you're doing a stress reduction with something a little healthier. So maybe if you came home and you always had a glass of wine, maybe you come home and you do some yin yoga. Maybe if you're looking in your refrigerator and you always go for the bubbly soda, you choose some water. It's just replacing that choice with something that's healthier. You do have something coming in. I mean, all of this energy here does look like it's going to reduce your stress. So maybe that's first and foremost taking yourself out of anything that is stressing you out. But if it's something that needs to be attended to because it's on the back burner all the time, and that's actually where the stress is coming from, and it's kind of like entering itself into other areas of your life because you're just not addressing that thing, that conversation, that truth, whatever it is, that maybe it's just addressing the elephant in the room, having a clear conversation with yourself on what it is that is the root of an issue, and that is where the healing begins. Stress reduction says to de-stress your mind, body, and hey, your schedule. For some of you, you just have a messy schedule, and it's kind of I'm getting that it's not even giving you a time to just relax and do nothing. I kind of feel like for some of you, even when you have a day off, it's still a day due. You still have to do the dishes. You still have to pick up the kids. You still have to do all these other things because it's the only day off you have. You got to catch on up, and then you never give yourself a you day. Maybe there's something you can do or somebody that can help you out to give you some space. You can just chillax in the bath or go to the spa or get your hair done. Do something that feels like it's just relaxing for you. If you need to rest, do it. If you need to pull the plug to recharge and get your battery full, do it. If that's by disconnecting you from anyone or any place, give yourself that disconnect, that little time out, you know, need a little breakaroo here. I'm even seeing somebody just like taking some time in their car. You know, maybe it's even listening to some music or some Zen sounds. Whatever it is, it revitalizes you. It revives your energy. It restores you. It plugs you back in. It makes you feel like you're back into the groove of something. I keep seeing somebody doing yoga or exercise, or maybe you're walking your dog. I have my little doggy here. Maybe even swimming. I even see, now I'm seeing the brain, the beetle. So this always makes me think of firing up both hemispheres. Usually involves meditation that fires up both hemispheres, as does music. Sometimes it's just listening to music, but sometimes it's playing music. If you are a musician, maybe it's just practicing your instrument. Even if you haven't played that flute since you were in 8th grade, maybe you pull it out of the closet and you know, I do see a flute. Busy times, wow, you have pretty much the same thing. You got a lot going on here. Sometimes busyness is good. You know, if you have a lot going on, but you're being very productive, you are working towards the successful outcome, you're acting on these creative ideas, even when you go through a hurdle or a hump or hit a wall or whatever, fall in a pothole, you get back up, you dust yourself off, and you continue on. You get stronger because of it. But sometimes, you know, when you're on the go, you have to know when to stop. You have to know if you're trying to push something up the hill, and now it's not just that little beetle pushing the dung, but you're trying to push this big boulder up a hill. I feel like sometimes you just need to leave it where it is. I'm getting that I actually get the 10 of wands energy. Sometimes you just need to like let it go back and get yourself a wheelbarrow and do it a different way. Or ask, hey, you got 10 friends here? You guys want to help me push this huge, you know, boulder up the hill? Or maybe it's coming back with a dump truck and making it way easier on yourself. There is something about how you can change something. If you are multitasking and you feel like you are disorganized, see what needs your attention first. Maybe it's actually writing something down in a journal, you know, on your schedule, so you can see what you have to do throughout the month or each day. Maybe you're doing a little, this is what I have to get done list, and hopefully getting this done gives you more time later to just do nothing. And if you do it, you do it. But if you don't stress yourself out. Allow yourself grace. Busy times and multitasking. Sometimes it's a bird by bird situation. You can't do it all at once. You only have 2 hands and 2 legs. So maybe it's even asking somebody to help you take charge of your busy schedule during this busy time, and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. Extra message here for some of you. There could be somebody who's staying busy because they feel like they're trying to avoid maybe a stressful conversation, or getting rid of maybe a toxic person or situation over here. So avoiding that weird situation feels like less stress than just making yourself busy, going to the store, doing the laundry, going to work, getting an extra job, whatever you can do to just not attend that thing that needs to be attended to. And yet there's still that underlying stress factor in the situation until something is just relieved. I feel like there's like a pressure cooker situation, and once something is just attended to, it feels like such a huge relief. Now, even when, let's just say this is you or someone you know, you're always trying to make yourself busy to avoid something else, but when you're doing that thing, there's always that pressure. I feel like once that pressure point, that root of a situation is looked at, addressed, talked about, let go of, whatever it is, then all of a sudden, even the work that you wanted to attend to, or you actually may have enjoyed, you're going to enjoy more. Because I do feel like some of you have something you're working on and you actually usually enjoy it, but there's something else that's stressing you out where you're not even putting your full effort in. You know, you kind of, I'm even getting for some of you a little Nine of Swords energy where, you know, the Nine of Swords can be a situation where, you know, it's stressing you out at night. You're not quite sleeping right because your subconscious knows there's something you need to change. There's something that needs to be addressed. And if it's avoided all day long, even if you do the daily responsible duties, you go to work, you know, you handle all the chores, you checked everything off, except for that one thing that you keep on the back burner, or you shoved in the closet, or it's under the rug, or under the bed, or right in the room, then it's like that keeps slipping on back. And what that does, it stresses your body, it creates anxiety, it creates blockages. And sometimes it's even physical ailments that come through, regardless of all the problems that stress can bring up. And I feel like maybe that's why something's starting to feel better once. I heard you or somebody, but I heard somebody has the courage to change something pretty big. But maybe it even starts with small little changes, but makes a big difference in the long run. Hopefully that made sense to some of you. So let's go big. Let's go big. This is the Cosmos Oracle. So let's get you one message from here. What is a message from the cosmos on also any of these stones maybe are very healing or helpful for you? You have calcite, garnet, and watermelon tourmaline. I actually hear black tourmaline for some of you. If you are trying to get rid of negativity, garnet is such a beautiful color. It's that really deep red stone. A lot of people see fake rubies and they're that really bright, brilliant, like blood-colored red, and they think that that's a ruby. Sometimes it's just a fake ruby, but often it's a garnet. The true color of rubies is more of a pink. It's more of a pink energy, or a pink color. So let's get one from the universe. I just thought of watermelon sugar. Is that right? Is that song? Watermelon sugar. Something about your lips like strawberries and watermelon sugar. I think it's Harry Styles. I'll put that song below for you guys. Also, there's a song called Sunrise, Simply Red, and I just thought of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Ironically sung by Judy Garland, not Garnet, but somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. What is a song? I almost said, what is another song? What is a message for? You have inspiration. I think that's the first thing that came out. New creative ideas and inspiration. Maybe you are somebody's, what's another song? You're my soul and my high inspiration. What is that? Like the Righteous Brothers? Maybe. I may have gotten the words wrong on that. That was weird. You've found your key to your problem, your dilemma. You've been gifted the key to enter into that locked situation. That's really special. This could be wisdom that comes through. It could be, I see like a move, but maybe that's an actual move, or somebody's moving, or maybe you're moving differently. Maybe that's how you solve a problem. Maybe it's looking for a solution instead of focusing on the problem. You found your key to your problem. Even this one kind of looks like it's a horizon, but instead of a horizon along the mass beauty of the ocean, it's like you're seeing the horizon of another universe. Maybe universe of possibilities are right here at your fingertips. So let's see what's going on. Do I have something different in my bag here? I do. Let's do the love who you are. Let's get one of these and then we'll go to the tarot. Because this is now in 2 parts. I have no idea how long this is. Also, these are all kinds of ways, so we're going to just see what flips. What is a love who you are message that would be the most helpful for the collective, please and thank you? 1, it's roses. You also have a little hummingbird. Interesting, because you have the sunrise, and the one thing about hummingbirds is they kind of go into like a comatose kind of state where they almost don't even move. Their heart rate is almost non-existent. Their blood pressure goes down, their temperature goes down, and as soon as that sun comes out, it's like, ooh, I'm alive, let's go. Where's some nectar? So maybe there's something about the nectar of life, or feeling like you're ready to wake up before the alarm even goes off. You could also be tapping into this high vibrational rose energy. Something's blossoming or opening up. It says bless your lovely self. I just thought of Isn't She Lovely? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Bless your lovely self. Maybe you have to give yourself a blessing that you deserve. Maybe you have to also open your arms and recognize when God gives you a blessing, it's meant for you to embrace, and it's saying, yes, yes, universe, thank you for that blessing. You know that you feel something is right. You feel grateful that you get to begin anew or start again or do something different. Thank you even for that stormy situation or that rough road. You would never had learned that lesson had you not had gone through that thing. Gratefulness and gratitude. I also feel like you need to give yourself a little gift. Something special for you. It doesn't even have to cost a penny. Maybe just, I just heard a day off. But I see somebody like walking in a park. I actually see somebody now sitting on a bench just looking at the passers-by. I mean, that could be in your town. That could be on your porch. It could be, Central Park, New York City. That's where my mind went. But just kind of like observing the people. Everyday people or ordinary people. I think that's a John Legend song, maybe from his first album. I really haven't heard it in a long time, and I cannot hear it at all. But I can see the cover of that, and it actually, I don't even know if I'm kind of wonder if any of you want to do some research. The John Legend album that has the stereo song. I think that's the same album, but I see him playing the piano. I think it was probably filmed on the back of a pickup truck, but I feel like they were like going through the streets of New York City. And I kind of wonder where that was actually filmed. I always thought it was New York City, but it might not be. And now I just thought of another song. You guys have music today. So just so you know, especially with me, because I am clairaudient. So I get music. That's part of where my messages come through. And I find that when a song does come in, if you feel drawn to it, do look at the lyrics in there, because maybe it's not a direct message that comes through here, but there's something that is indirect about diving deeper into maybe just the energy of the song, or maybe it even, for some of you, you look up that song. Just think of like YouTube here. You look up a song, you watch the video, you're like, oh, that was cool. I haven't heard that song in so long, but then it gives you suggestions on the side. Maybe it's one of those songs that's actually a message directly for you. But you have to be the one to follow those clues. And sometimes it's just like one line. It's an energy you feel, or a emotion you feel from those notes all together. Maybe it just takes you back to a memory. For some of you, it's starting to trickle rain. Even though it's sunny. It's a dichotomy. It's awesome. I love it. That's when rainbows happen. Maybe we'll see a rainbow. I don't see one, but You hear it? Can you hear the rain? It's actually hitting my cards. I lost track of what I was talking about. The rain got me all like off track. So maybe we just need to keep moving on. Oh, memory. The one thing that can be instantly triggered with music is a memory, as well as smell. You know, smelling the roses from your, grandmother's rose garden, or I actually smell somebody's specific cooking. Maybe that has to do with a certain culture. It kind of just takes you right back to like instantly replay or be in a memory, like what you were wearing, how you were feeling, who you were with, that song on the radio at that time. I might have to pause you and figure out the rain situation. Hold on. So when something happens, be adaptable, be flexible, and keep going. Go with it. I found this big ass umbrella and we're going to continue. So let's go to the tarot and get you some messages on forward movement. Maybe a little about this inspiration or what the key is. Let's see what the key is. The key to your success that is guaranteed. We're gonna use this awesome mermaid tarot with the amazing blue side. So what is the key to your guaranteed success? What do you need to know that would be helpful? Please and thank you. Key to success for the collective. What would be the key thing to know about? The key clue, movement, moves, attitude. I know I heard condition. Maybe it's being conditioned or, breaking some conditions or restrictions. I'm kind of getting definitely an unlearning kind of energy. But maybe somebody's been programmed. That's what I get, like programmed to think a certain way or to do something in a certain manner. Maybe it's unprogramming yourself, reprogramming yourself. What is this? The 8. Oh yeah, something's gonna happen really fast. So the key to your guaranteed success is to know to, look at my glasses. My glasses have all raindrops on them. I'm going to keep going. It's the key to your success is when you know that wave of opportunity comes, you take it. You swish your little mermaid tail and you ride that wave as far as it'll take you. And if you miss a wave or if that wave kind of simmers down, you wait for another wave and you take that one. This is where something happens really fast. It's a very fast moving energy. It's knowing when. It does say you have a lot going on here. So maybe if you are handling a lot of things, you're multitasking, there's a lot of stress. That's why you need maybe to, shut down this fast energy every once in a while, relax, take a day, reboot, and then start again. If you do feel like your energy is kind of strained or stressed or you can't handle a lot that's going on, it's okay to pause and, definitely reboot so you can handle something with a full battery. Pay attention to your own energy levels. This could also be information or love that comes into your life very fast. It could also be where some of you have so many ideas you don't even know where to start. Bird by bird, just begin somewhere. One step is a step in the right direction. To not take a step doesn't get you very far. Upside down, I kind of see it a little like a deer in headlights, like so much happening, what do you even do? There's so much you don't know if you can handle it all, so you do nothing, which doesn't really help you. I do feel like some of you may have been paused for too long. Maybe this is unpausing yourself and hitting play on where you want to go. I also feel like some of you might need to just play, might need to act upon something you are passionate about. I feel like if you're passionate about it, if it brings you joy, if it makes you want to squish your little tail and, dive into more opportunities, then that's going to bring you that success. That's going to bring you towards more opportunities. Just the experience of the doing it is the success more than whatever you have in mind as the outcome or the potential goal at the end. It's not about the end result here. It's about the journey. It's about riding that wave and, body surfing to the shore. coral. Let's see. Clarify 8 of coral, please and thank you. What's coming in really fast? I feel like some of you might have a lot of offers. Maybe that's also a stressful situation for some of you. If you actually have, you know, a couple of really good things to choose between, you want to choose right. You have to go with what you feel is the best for you. I'm getting that maybe don't go for the instant gratification. See what has the better results that might progress into the future. You know, if you're looking at something and it's like, oh, that would be really great if I did that and it brings this thing, but I feel like there's something that might be more long lasting, but actually grow exponentially for you further into the future than something that's kind of short-lived. Like a lot of passion revved up, but then it's kind of, because I'm getting that, where's your toxic energy? You know how when you have something like a sugar rush, I did see that watermelon sugar, kind of like that, like, oh, you got a little sugar high, but then like the dip afterwards is kind of like gross. Whereas maybe there's something that is more like, I don't know, something that can keep your energy fueled all the time. I don't know why I just thought of eating tiny meals. So let's see. Clarify 8 of coral, please and thank you. What is going on with this quick energy? Maybe somebody is also moving quickly towards you, or it could also be that somebody you inspired finally is starting to make some moves. I don't know why I just heard shake their tail feather, even though this is a fish, so maybe it is a watery energy, or maybe somebody's an air sign. Maybe birds are a sign for you. What is another message? That would definitely be a water sign. You got the Knight of Pearls. So, I mean, I'm going to show you this card because usually this is the Knight in shining armor. Well, look at this one. It's very like Game of Thrones. Like, this guy's got this glowing pearl in his hand. He's got tattoos on his body. I mean, that looks like a very strong knight. That looks like somebody very strong in how they feel emotionally. Maybe somebody is finally gaining the strength to have emotional maturity and stability on how they actually truly feel in their soul. Somebody is taking something in their hand. You know, they're taking this pearl of opportunity. And I feel like this merman is actually creating this glow here. Maybe it does say what here. You found the key to your problem. I feel like you're almost creating your own opportunity. So this could be somebody you're connecting to, or this is you embodying all the merman you are. I feel like it's definitely, I'm getting emotional strength. And I see this sexiness and vulnerability, this strength in being vulnerable, in being transparent. Also having this spherical energy in front of you that's maybe a driven force to, I hear recreate something. I almost feel like he could be looking in a crystal ball too, or he's holding the sun in his hands. Look at, he's got like that badass belt. What kind of merman is this? These cards are so fun. They're so weird. I feel like this is an experience. If this is somebody who's upside down, we'll take a look. I mean, he looks like, you know, definitely the one that could sweep you off your tail, but it's somebody that expresses all of that emotion, but maybe doesn't mean it. It could also be that somebody that feels a lot of that emotion and they never express it. They never get into the experience. It could also be that somebody that gets into an emotional experience doesn't have all the confidence that they project they have, and moves their little tail away from an experience before it really gets going, or he or she really gets more experiences under their belt to get to the energy of that king, which is true maturity. This is someone who's learning via experience. They don't know it all yet, but they're willing to dive into the experiences to learn more about how their feelings really do. I hear ride. But maybe this is somebody who kind of skimmed along the top, who kind of, they were riding along the surface of a situation, and they really do need to dive deep. It's usually Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer kind of energy, but I feel like this is somebody now wanting to dive deep and yet standing tall. Maybe it's also where somebody was always on the move and they figured out that maybe they have to stand still, take a look at what they're holding in their hand, the energy that is around them, what their energy is feeling in different emotional situations, and then move accordingly. Let's see. Clarify the Knight of Pearls. Why is the Knight of Pearls here? It could also be that this Knight of Pearls is inspired by you, or moving into your life, or recognizing your energy of the star, and something is right there in his hands, and he knows it's time to act, it's time to move, it's time to ride that wave of passion. And I just heard that song by There's Nothing Holding Me Back. Ooh, I've been shaking, I love it when you go crazy, you tip my inhibitions. Hey, there's nothing holding me back. There's so many words in that. So let's see. I don't know where these songs are coming from. These songs, I have no idea where they are coming from, but, well, I do. Thank you, Spirit. I do. But they're so random. So I just heard a song. I don't know if you guys, you do have the star here. Makes a little sense. You do have inspiration. I don't know if you remember, I think it's from maybe the 70s, maybe early 80s, the original Fame. I know they made a remake, but I did not see that one. But the original, I can't even remember the character's name, but I do remember the song where she's, now I had it, now it's gone. Wait, she sits at the piano and she sings, it's going to bother me now. I don't usually stop this to get a song, but I feel like this one's important. I'm going to go to my iPad and get the song for you. Hold on. I actually didn't even need to get to my iPad. As soon as I got in my house, it came to me. I'm also going to take this down because I think it has stopped. I think it's stopped raining. Wait, hold on. Interactive reading today for you guys. It's that song. Hold on. Sorry, Rose. It's sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am, do I fit in? Make believing is hard alone, out here on my own. And then when you're down and feeling blue, and when you're down and feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh, baby, be strong for me. Baby, belong to me. That's all I got. But that song, it's so beautiful. I actually forgot about that song. So maybe you always feel like you're out there on your own. Maybe somebody's coming in and being strong for you. Maybe it's being strong for yourself. What else do we need to know? What is that? You got a king. So somebody has moved from this emotional experience or gaining emotional maturity through experience into this king. It could also be two different people in your life. Maybe there's somebody who's very logical, very truthful, who likes to expand his mind, who's good in conversation, who knows how to even open up a conversation, but I'm getting change how he converses depending on whom he's talking to, because he wants to be heard, but he recognizes that not everybody converses the same way. So maybe it's adjusting how you approach a certain person. This is look at, he's sitting on this, like, I don't know what that is. It actually reminds me of calcite a little bit. He's also got a Triton spear, which does make me think of a tuning fork, which does make me think of vibrations and music. He does look very mature. So maybe this is somebody maturing through experiences. It could also be that somebody that thought they logically know most things maybe has to tune into his heart and the truth of how he actually feels and have a conversation or express his truth about that. And that is something that actually I don't know. I feel like there's big growth that happens with that connection. I feel like somebody maybe was connected to the logical approach, but maybe not the truth of the heart or the truth of the soul. And I feel like with these two, there's a connection. I kind of feel like it's the same person. I also feel like if this was upside down, it could be somebody that feels a lot underneath the surface of that ocean, but never wants to talk about true emotion. Maybe not even had the real words to express how he has felt or why he's feeling something. It's like that doesn't make logical sense. It could be somebody who always has the right words, but they don't have the right words for maybe a certain person. It could also be where somebody has to have a truthful conversation. Once that conversation starts, everything like comes out. Hello, Rose. And it could be two different people. So there could be somebody here that's kind of like the romance person, you know. They like to go on dates. They like to really feel all the feels, and they're comfortable in that position. And there could be somebody here, maybe not so expressive, but maybe it's about being logical, and that's okay too. It's okay for somebody to not be so romantic, but it doesn't mean they don't feel a lot inside. Rose, your hair is all over me. Sorry, excuse me while I get my dog hair off my face. Let's see, what's at the bottom? Oh, I saw the Wheel of Fortune before, right? There's your Wheel of Fortune. So something's going to change. I too feel like if this was a king that was particularly gold, somebody is warming up. Somebody's heart is maybe breaking down some boundaries. I feel like I have Rose's hair all over me. Please excuse me. I'm going to keep going. I like the readings raw and real. So it could be an air sign. Maybe this air sign is finally being truthful with himself or somebody else, or has some plans that he has been working on or wanted to start for a very long time and was waiting for the right timing of something. Sometimes it's never the right time. Sometimes plans don't happen according to the agenda. Sometimes even if this is that wheel that's stuck underneath, you got to put a towel under the wheel and get that wheel spinning and get it out of the mud. Sometimes if you are at the top of your game here, you do have to embrace that beautiful light and that experience that you get to have as a gift and look at something from the elevated perspective. But sometimes you're on the side of the wheel and you're holding on for dear life. You don't know which way it's turning. If you are letting somebody else take the wheel of your destiny, this is you taking back control and you getting in the front seat of your destiny. Because however this spins, it's always going to spin. It's you finding your center. The best place to be is in the center. If you have this energy, and this is like a tornado, where's the most calm spot? The eye of the tornado, the eye of the storm. So if there's a storm around you, maybe it's tapping into your third eye, your crown chakra, your higher self, finding that energy of peace within. Maybe it's a peaceful progression to something, but I feel like your journey is not linear. I feel like this is somebody who likes a linear journey. A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I kind of feel like there's something that has to be more spontaneous or more, I'm getting like the beauty in the chaos. Sometimes the universe sends you energy that feels like chaos so that you learn to gain back control or step into a position of power or find your center or learn to be grounded. You know, when you have that like storm, but there's a lightning rod to ground your energy. I kind of see like even with this, like a big lightning rod. The Wheel of Fortune is your destiny. If something is written in the stars for you, it's meant to be. Are you ready to embrace it? Or are you digging your boots in the mud? Or believing maybe it's not meant for you, or that you can't do it, or that it's too good to be true? Or are you reaching for something that you dreamt of, but maybe your dream or your imagination has to really open up, because your dream is going to be like that mold I saw before, like the clay that you're going to reform. You can have an original dream, but maybe you need to reform something the more you get into an experience. It does look like all of those fish are attracted to the light, and it looks like there's many different fish. It's not just one school of fish here. You got a little seahorse, you got a stingray, you got a dolphin. I don't even know what that other one is. And a little goldfish got a little lost, and it's in the middle of the ocean. So there's something about maybe being around energies that are different than you. Even here, attracting fish of a different color. I just thought of the end of interesting, because I heard somewhere over the rainbow before, isn't the end, and they have, it's like a horse of a different color, and the horse like it like changes color as it walks. That's so cool. I wanted a color changing horse. So let's end with one more from the universe. We had, what do we have? The cosmos. Let's go to the universe and see what your final message is. I hope something came through in this reading that was helpful. So your final message is release old doubts and fears. You are currently undergoing changes that are necessary for your highest good. They are changes that have been long awaited. So maybe you didn't even know you were waiting for these changes. Maybe some of you have been thinking about those changes for a long time, and it's time to finally act upon them. Leave the past where it belongs, in the old past. Trust that everything will fall into place for you in the good old ending, in divine timing, when it's meant to come in, when you're ready for something to vibrationally manifest or magnetically connect. With this, I bid you adieu. I love you so very much. I hope this reading was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye.